You'd maybe say Harry Maguire, but Gomez has come on to a really good game as of late, and that's how far these teams are apart. The great rivalry which there is, the truth is they are playing in different leagues. We have a Manchester United team who are competing at Europa League level. They're trying to catch Chelsea to get in a Champions League place. And then we have Liverpool, a team competing at the top level, the world champions, the European champions, and who are going to win the Premier League by a stretch. So there's a massive contrast between both lineups.
I disagree with Harry Maguire getting the Liverpool side. Matip done so well on the bench today for Liverpool. Gomez has come in and done great. I think Harry Maguire, although he's been given the captaincy, we haven't seen the best of him in the Manchester United shirt. And I think, Chris, that is because, when you see him play for England, when we see him playing for Leicester, he was able to drive out because I think he was confident in who the centre-half next to him and the full-backs would get round on the cover if he lost it. But when he's playing with Lindelof, I think he's reluctant to go out because of the pace. And I think we haven't seen the best Harry Maguire. And I don't think there's no United player that gets into that Liverpool side. If Rashford was playing, which he's not, I think on current form, 14 league goals compared to Salah's 10, individually, there might be an argument for Rashford, but he's not playing.
Well, we're going to hear now from Harry Maguire. He was the first person who strode down the tunnel. We were there as the Manchester United players entered the stadium here. Of course, he's the new club captain after the departure of Ashley Young. I asked him how he found out, how Ole Gunnar Solskjaer told him the news.
Just a quiet word from the manager. He just obviously mentioned it and told me what was happening, and just told me to carry on doing what I'm doing. So no, it's something that I'm looking forward to, but my responsibility really is been successful for the team, and it always has been ever since I've signed.
What sort of captain do you think you'll want to be? Because there's loads of different types, loads of different ways to approach it, I suppose.
Yeah, I think leading by example is the main thing. Obviously, taking responsibility on and off the field is another one. But I've been lucky enough to work with some excellent captains and learn from them throughout my career to date. So I'll take little traits from everyone and hopefully put them all together and become myself and use myself as a person to become the best captain I can. And the bottom line is I want to be a success for this club, and that's the bottom line of it.
Are you taking on that role anyway with some of the younger players and helping them, because this is a young squad?
Yeah, definitely. Ever since I've come into the club, I try and bring my experience to the younger players who are coming through. We're a really young side, and we're starting to play a bit more mature, but at the start of the season we was playing really young as well. We was good in spells, and then we concede against the run of play and things. So no, we need to improve as a team on that. But like you said, there's obviously Brandon, who's coming at left back, who's playing alongside me. You probably, if you spoke to him, I'm in his ear all the way through the game. So it's a young team, but it's an exciting team.
You know what you're saying about Brandon Williams being in his ear a lot. What kind of things do you say to him in a game then? Keep it clean, obviously.
Yeah, keeping it clean is probably hard. No, he's a young boy who's come into the team and he's done excellent. His aggression, the way he tackles, and he's really calm on the ball as well, especially for a young boy, a defender who's come into the team and playing at Old Trafford. But no, I just I mentor him through the game. You're probably better off asking him rather than me, but no, he's excellent to play alongside, and if he keeps improving, like I say, these young boys, if they keep working hard, keep listening to the coaches, they'll have big careers.
The last two performances have been really good, haven't they? I mean, especially against Norwich, that's probably a problem that United have been putting away teams below them in the league. But at games like Liverpool, you look at the performances this season, these are the kind of games when United have really come alive.
Yeah, I think, like you said, against Norwich we was excellent. We was in control of the game from the start to the finish. But we've been a bit too inconsistent this year, and that's been the problem. We've had a couple of good games and a not so good game. So, but like you said, against the top teams, we've been really good this year. Apart from the first half against Arsenal, where we didn't play well enough, they put us under a lot of pressure, and we need to handle it a lot better than we did that day, because we know come Anfield it'll be the same. The atmosphere will be up, and they'll be trying to put us under pressure, but we need to handle it a lot better.
You smiled when you were talking about the atmosphere then. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was saying it can be an intimidating place to play. I'm guessing you're going to enjoy that kind of atmosphere.
Yeah, definitely. The louder the better. But no, it's a great ground to go and play at, and it's a great ground to go and get a result at. So you've got to embrace these moments. You want to play in the big games, the high pressure games. And like I say, if I have any advice to the young boys who are playing, that go out, look around in the tunnel, embrace the atmosphere, and go and perform on the stage. Where if you scored a winning goal or if you get a great result, it'll be remembered in years to come.
The new Manchester United captain, Harry Maguire, there. There's a Liverpool FC 18 times banner, which is making its way around the Sir Kenny Dalglish stand. It's actually heading toward the Manchester United fans. I have a feeling it'll probably stop before it gets there. So Chris Sutton, he's the new captain of United. The Liverpool captain, Jordan Henderson, described this week in a BBC column by Danny Murphy as a complete midfielder. Do you think he's now on that level?
I think he's so important to Liverpool, and you look through the whole Liverpool lineup this season. It's hard to pick a player of the year, isn't he? But he holds everybody together. I think he's shown great leadership skills. If I'm being honest, when he first came to Liverpool, I didn't see him having the career which he has done. He has been a phenomenal player, and one I think all the Liverpool players absolutely respect.
He's not ideally playing as a holding midfielder, Robbie. He'd rather be slightly more advanced. But since Fabinho's been injured, do you think he's shown that in reality he's now seemingly as comfortable in both positions?
Yeah, I played against him when he was on loan at Coventry for Derby, and I thought then, I'm with Chris, when he moved to Liverpool, I thought, would he, I wasn't sure. He was in the same time as John Joe Shelvey, and I thought maybe Liverpool was too big for the pair of them. Obviously, John Joe Shelvey moved on, and Jordan Henderson, I must say, he's a modern-day professional. Credit, to his profession, his work rate, his work ethic, his desire. He sets the tempo for Liverpool, and whether he plays as that number 6, the holding midfielder, or the right in the 3, he gives everything he's got. And for him to lift the Champions League, the World Club Championship, and now it will be the Premier League. What an unbelievable career that boy has had, and credit to him, Chris, because I wouldn't say he's the most technically gifted player in the world, but it just goes to show with help from coaching, listening to people, a desire and a work ethic, anything is possible if you've got a little bit of talent, and he's been magnificent.
Yeah, I think he's an example to all young players. And the other thing, he's very adaptable, isn't he? I think the game back at Old Trafford, he actually moved out to the right-hand side, and that's in the second half, and Liverpool then started to get joy down that flank, little 2v1s. He transformed that game. Shows how important he is.
I think we are genuinely talking about him as a real contender to be the player of the season, aren't we?
Yeah, I think so. Robbie, you having that?
Player of the season?
When it comes to the votes, I think he'll get a lot of votes.
No, I know. Did you just say he was going to be player of the season, John?
I think if you go back on the tape, you'll find that I said he's a genuine contender.
Oh, John,
to be
get
player
off
of the
the
season.
fence, Murray. Get off the fence, Murray.
Who are you going for, Rob Aguero?
No, you'd have to go for Liverpool player, wouldn't you? You'd have to go for Liverpool player.
Who would your Liverpool player be then, Rob?
I would go Sadio Mane.
Surprised at you saying that Jordan Henderson will definitely not be the player of the season.
Didn't say. And talking about midfield players, and slightly off topic, I know, Steve, you got to move on quickly, but Jude Bellingham at Birmingham City, he's been mentioned £25-30 million Manchester United. I don't think he's ready to go to the first team yet, but I've seen him progress through the youth system at Birmingham, now in the first team. He's got all the attributes to be a fantastic player going forward. I know it'll cost a lot of money, but he's like a Jack Grealish, picks up the ball, number 10 areas, can drift left, can drift right, confident on the ball, and arrogance about him. And I think if United can get him now, it'll be one for the future. But I tell you what, he'll be brilliant.
I asked a little question about Jude Bellingham earlier to Manchester United, and the word was that he's one of 90 players that they've been linked with in this transfer window.
John.
However, it was neither a confirmation nor a denial.
He's brilliant.
Thanks for that news flash, though, Rob.
On the Jordan Henderson thing, Robbie, I think it's because when you're looking at who fellow pros would vote for, he is the kind of player that people have warmed to, and I'm not saying they don't warm to other players, I don't have great respect for other players, but it wouldn't be a surprise.
No, it wouldn't. And you think when, to take over from Steven Gerrard as well, for him to do what he's done, you can see, as Chris said earlier, he's got the respect of the players. And to be a captain, you need the respect of your teammates. That's why I captained 4 teams and Chris never captained one.
Shall we talk about medals then, Rob?
Very good. Let's get some reaction, shall we, to the earlier game in the Premier League. Nick Pope, what a performance from him. Saved a penalty from Jamie Vardy at 1-1. Burnley went on to win it by 2-1, and Pope has been speaking to Gary Flinter.
Well, Nick, many congratulations on both a personal level and the team level today. What does that win mean to you?
Yeah, a lot. When you go spells without wins, it's not only obviously in games terms, but in time as well. And it's felt like a long time, and to turn it around like we did today after going a goal behind, I think it says a lot about our character as much as our performance level today, because I thought we were superb.
I don't want you to give away too many secrets, but can you talk me through your process for the penalty save, please?
I can try. It don't work every time, so I don't know. It's hard to say. You pick a side and you try and block off as much as that side you can. It's not too much thought goes into it, I don't think. That's a big thing. You've got to try and block. If the ball goes one way and you decide to go that way, you've got to do everything you can to get there. I've been sent the wrong way many a time, so it's hard then.
In respect of that save, is it just about the moment, or do you actually start to think this could be the catalyst, this could be the thing that really gives us the launch pad to go on and win the game?
You always think it's a possibility, and obviously for a goalkeeper, I think you got to be level-headed throughout them moments, and obviously bring yourself down to almost a central point. You can't stay on that high for so long, and you can't stay on edge for that long, that high, and it will die off. There's plenty of the game still to play, so it's very important to kind of level yourself and concentrate on the rest of the game, and obviously as a goalkeeper you're hoping it means something at the end, and when you walk off the pitch that it's gained your team something.
Just finally, at half-time, was the message from the manager, because I know you're professionals first and foremost, but did he almost want you to see that fire from you, that fire in the belly, and just the raw emotion, which obviously got the crowd going and ultimately has won you the game today?
Yeah, a little bit. He said we weren't far off it really, and we'd played well, and it was one moment it cost a goal and we're behind. But don't lose yourself in that one moment of the whole game. Go and take it on again, and we get that next goal, and obviously the crowd get up. But the atmosphere today was electric. It was great to be a part of. So to have them behind us and get that goal, that next goal was a massive thing, and then to go on from there and obviously win it. They played their part as well, for sure.
Well done today.
Cheers.
Burnley goalkeeper Nick Pope, that could be a huge result for them. If either team win here at Anfield, it would be absolutely massive for them. Liverpool, this incredible unbeaten run, the two longest other unbeaten runs, by the way, in the Premier League. Arsenal and Chelsea, both of them were ended by Manchester United, and you can never write them off. Chris Sutton, Robbie Savage and John Burry with me in the build-up to kick-off. Chris, you were just having a look there at how United were warming up.
Yes, and it looked like Luke Shaw was part of a back four, but they could have been maybe kidding on with that. It remains to be seen, but it will be very interesting to see actually how United set up. We know they went with the back three back in October at Old Trafford, and it worked. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer saying this week he's discovered a nice way to play against Liverpool. Let's see.
I mean, it's a big thing to say that, and we're about to find out if it's going to work. And Robbie, listen, I guess this is one of those days, and it's one of those fixtures, isn't it? Liverpool versus Manchester United. Whatever happens, you'll be getting a lot of calls tonight.
Certainly will, myself and Emma after the game. My worry for United is it's Manchester United. Are they going to sit back and let Liverpool come on to him? Man United, go and have a go. You might probably going to get beat anyway, but go and have a go. You're Manchester United. Let's wait and see what happens. Good luck, guys.
Cheers, Robbie. Thank you. I'll speak to you at half-time, yeah?
Yeah.
Robbie Savage there on his way out of the studio. Remember, 6:06 will follow us here at Anfield. The teams are on the pitch. It's a beautiful, hazy, misty evening at Anfield. The banners are going to the right-hand side from the home fans. It's packed out. It's one of the biggest fixtures on the calendar in any season. And your commentary team here at...
Alisson has actually come right out here at the halfway line, the goalkeeper, to give a little hug to Sadio Mane. And Manchester United in their change kit, this, what is officially known, Chris, as Savannah. I've described it variously, I think, as bronze and gold and beige this season, but it is Savannah. We've checked it.
Well, I've not heard of Savannah before.
Yeah, well, there we are. That's the marketing men and women have come up with Savannah as the name of it. The famous song echoing around Anfield. Red and white scarves are raised in all of the Liverpool sections. In the Sir Kenny Dalglish stand on the far side, they've got about half of the lower tier of the Anfield Road end, all of the upper tier, the main stand down below, hundreds and hundreds, thousands of red and white scarves, and of course down to our right the Kop with all of the flags waving in there, and that picture right in the middle, the red banner with Bob Paisley's face shining out holding the European Cup. But the teams are ready. Liverpool with Alisson in goal, Alexander-Arnold, Gomez, Van Dijk and Robertson, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Henderson and Wijnaldum, Salah, Firmino and Mane, and Manchester United with no Rashford, but De Gea in goal, Lindelof, Maguire and Shaw, Wan-Bissaka and Williams, Fred, Matic, Pereira, Martial and James. The referee is Craig Pawson, blue-shirted, might be turquoise, near the centre circle, just walking over to the far side, blowing his whistle, and the match begins with the visitors, Manchester United, 5th in the Premier League, against the runaway leaders, Liverpool. Manchester United getting us underway, and here immediately a touch for the Manchester United captain, Harry Maguire, who plays it back to David De Gea, who clears right-footed. In the first half, Liverpool attacking towards the Anfield Road end and defending the Kop. And Champions of Europe is the song that rings out. They've been waiting for that one, I think, the Liverpool fans, to goad Manchester United. That's a poor ball out from Alisson, most unlike him. Behind Robertson and straight out of play for a throw-in to Manchester United, level with the edge of the Liverpool box. 5 Live and the World Service are with us as well. Welcome to all of the BBC listeners around the world on the World Service. Very, very early stages, Manchester United with this throw that they lose possession, and Henderson now hits a long ball downfield, and that will bounce all the way through to De Gea. It is 3 central defenders, Chris, yeah?
Yeah, it looks that way. I mean, they may fluctuate as the game goes on, but this is a fixture, I think, at the start of the season, when the fixtures do come out, one that everybody looks forward to. Proper rivalry, it's fierce, it's hostile. Jurgen Klopp talking about United being the natural enemy. You can't argue with that.
That's Chris Sutton with us for the commentary, Golden Boot winner and a league champion in England and in Scotland. And Manchester United in possession on the left-hand side. Ball has worked back towards the halfway line, and Matic overhits a ball that will bounce through to Alisson. Still Dundee United 1, Hibs 2 in the Scottish Cup tie being played today. Liverpool carrying it forward, Mane on the left-hand side. Sadio Mane just dragging the ball onto his left foot. 2 Manchester United players with him, Lindelof one of them, and the clearance bounces out of play near the halfway line. Daniel James it was who finally put it out. Throw-in taken to Van Dijk, and then across to his right, Jordan Henderson is actually dropped right in between the central defenders, Gomez and Van Dijk, who's back in possession now. Liverpool's tall, stately number 4. And Liverpool just content to keep the ball halfway inside their own half and pass it around inside their own territory. Alexander-Arnold back to Gomez, pulls the ball across the penalty area, first time touch from Van Dijk. Robertson loses it to Wan-Bissaka, poor touch from the Liverpool left back. Wan-Bissaka now to James, now Fred takes it forward. He had his ankles clipped by Mane, down he goes, the United right back or right wing back, and it's a free kick on the right.
Yeah, it's a sloppy start from Liverpool, and we did see this in the game at Old Trafford. The Manchester United wing-backs really pushing on to the Liverpool full-backs, and Wan-Bissaka forcing a mistake out of Andy Robertson. A chance for United to put the pressure on with a free kick.
Free kick here on the right-hand side. Liverpool won this match 3-1 last season. That was Jose Mourinho's last match in charge of Manchester United. But believe it or not, that's Liverpool's only win in their last 11 Premier League matches against Manchester United. Free kick taken short. Fred. Pereira plays it in, stabbed away on the edge of the box by Van Dijk. And now Liverpool will break. Mane, though, hits the pass too far ahead of either Oxlade-Chamberlain or Salah. And Manchester United have it back with Fred, who very nearly found a pass down the right-hand side for the run of Martial. But it was just cut out by Van Dijk, who stretched across, and then Robertson volleyed it out for a throw on the halfway line.
Yeah, lucky Van Dijk has big feet, big blue boot of his, getting across and making the interception.
Unlike Sergio Aguero, who has very small feet, as we learned this week.
Very odd.
Secrets of his success. Need big feet at the back, small feet up front, it seems. Here's Matic for Manchester United, playing a ball down the right to James, and the speedy James crosses into the middle, but the recovering Van Dijk with those big feet gets the right one of them in the right place and puts it out for a throw to United, 10 yards back from the corner flag. Wan-Bissaka takes it. Wan-Bissaka gets it back, heads it infield to James. Wan-Bissaka then chests it into the area, hooks it over his head, but hooks it straight through for a goal kick to the home side, the league leaders, who are looking to go 16 points clear tonight with a victory. 0-0.
27 points between these sides. Just looking at this, whether James was offside, he wasn't. He was played on by Alexander-Arnold. You feel when they do get the opportunity, United, they have to take it though. But a positive start from United.
Ball played up for Liverpool to the halfway line though, and now it's taken forward for Liverpool. Pass from Oxlade-Chamberlain just goes astray of Mane, but Mane still has it in the full-back position, quickly into the penalty area, then laying back to Robertson, and Robertson's cross comes off the backside of Lindelof and bounces into the hoardings in front of the Anfield Road end for a corner to the home team.
Yeah, and I know Robbie Savage before the game said he wanted United to come and be positive and go toe-to-toe with Liverpool, but that must play into Liverpool's hands. You feel that Liverpool like that style of play, and they're so devastating when they break out, have so much pace in the team.
Corner then. Alexander-Arnold backs up against the hoardings. Manchester United flags behind him, draped against them. Takes it short. Robertson's ball in. It's headed away at the near post. Back to Alexander-Arnold, quickly across to Oxlade-Chamberlain, just forward of the centre circle, then out to the right-hand side to Salah. Salah not scored in 4 matches for Liverpool against Manchester United. Ball into the edge of the area from Salah, that's cleared away into the centre circle, and then under no particular pressure, an uncharacteristic misplaced high pass out of play by Alexander-Arnold for a throw into Manchester United, halfway inside their own half. Just have a feeling it's a little bit of a dangerous game for Liverpool, this. Their opponents are their great rivals here in the northwest of England, and they have the incentive, Manchester United, of becoming the first team to beat Liverpool in the Premier League this season, having been the only team so far to take even a point off them after 21 matches. Remarkable achievement this that they're witnessing this season from Liverpool. Matic gives it away, passed it straight into Henderson, but the ball bounces out on the far side for a throw into Manchester United. Halfway inside their own half on the other side of the field. And also, a chance to beat Liverpool here at Anfield. Nobody's done that since 2018. It's 2020 now.
Yes, and you talk about Liverpool and their start to the season and the records. We see high boot from Matic. It's a throw-in, bouncing ball. He turns blindly and catches Wijnaldum.
He's crumpled to the ground, Wijnaldum, after that contact.
I think it was accidental, but maybe lucky to get away with that without seeing certainly a yellow card. Oh, he's kicked him in the face there.
Yeah. I mean, Wijnaldum wasn't particularly stooping down. A very high foot from Matic, and he is yellow carded for that, and I think that's the right decision.
Did come out eventually.
Free kick for Liverpool. Forward and right of the centre circle. Alexander-Arnold in towards Mane. Glancing header. Bounces wide of the far post by 3 or 4 yards. Goal kick, 0-0.
Yeah, he's good in the air, isn't he, Mane, for a little fella? Good incisive run. Not the pace on the ball and can't quite direct it. On target, United just switching off momentarily.
Liverpool 0, Manchester United 0. 5 Live and the World Service from the BBC. And Liverpool with the ball inside their own half here on the left-hand side. Robertson's ball over the top, but that is under the head of Lindelof. Great noise inside the stadium. I hope it's coming across to you at home or in your car or wherever you're listening to us on this Sunday afternoon. Pereira lifts it forward, but that's under the head of Van Dijk. Oxlade-Chamberlain. I wondered if Fabinho might come back into the team, but he's among the substitutes this afternoon. Jurgen Klopp saying, you did so well winning at Tottenham last weekend, same again. And also Matip returns as one of the substitutes. No Milner yet. Robertson across. Little flick from Alexander-Arnold. That was lovely improvisation by Alexander-Arnold, but it broke down. Salah wasn't able to reach it, and Manchester United have got it back. Fred took a whack centre field. He's gone down, but Manchester United continue to bring the ball on into the Liverpool half. Wan-Bissaka, shortish hair now, but tied up behind the back of his head in any case. He'll be another player who's been watched by Gareth Southgate, I'm sure, having already been in the squad this season. Wan-Bissaka. Now Lindelof through for Pereira. Little flick on the turn for James's run. Robertson slides in, got the ball. James went down, but the challenge took it back to Alisson in the Liverpool penalty area.
There's a clever little flick through, and James on the run. Robertson had to get that challenge right. He did. Left boot of his deflecting the ball back to Becker.
Liverpool 0, Manchester United 0. Here's Fred. Fred taking the ball away from Oxlade-Chamberlain. Wan-Bissaka again down the right for the run of James, but this one rolls through for Alisson, the Liverpool goalkeeper. Seems to me that Manchester United very much looking to use the pace of Martial on the left and James here on the right, trying to get in between the full-backs and the central defender.
Well, we know that Liverpool, they like to get the full-backs on really high, and United will try and look to exploit those channels.
Luke Shaw leaning into Salah. No free kick on the halfway line. Here's Martial on the left-hand side. Martial in the full-back position. He's up against Alexander-Arnold. Tries to play it back to the edge of the area, which he does to Pereira. Now back to Martial. Black gloves on, short sleeves. Martial trying to find a way through against Alexander-Arnold. Offside flag is up against Pereira. Free kick to Liverpool in their own right back area. 0-0.
Yeah, once again, we talked about those channels. This time it's Martial and Manchester United left-hand side. The strikers are actually playing as split strikers. That was the conventional number 9. Clearly part of the game plan.
And as yet, Luke Shaw is the left-sided central defender. Mo Salah and Alexander-Arnold really been able to get at him over there. Still early stages though. 11 minutes played. Liverpool 0, Manchester United 0. Remember when Manchester United did get that point against Liverpool at Old Trafford, and they led 1-0 until the 85th minute, remember, when Lallana came on and scored the equaliser. They did play with a back three that day. Long ball downfield, Maguire heads it away, might come out to Mane, but Matic was quickly on to Sadio Mane, but he's able to take the ball back towards the halfway line, passed it out to the right. Alexander-Arnold's there, up against young Williams. First time he's been involved in a Manchester United-Liverpool game. Then Fred slides in, bounces down. Wijnaldum's now bringing it forward. Wijnaldum, Robertson on the left-hand side. Robertson into the penalty area, looking for the run of Wijnaldum, but across comes Maguire. He got there first, took a touch and cleared it out for a throw down the left. 0-0.
Yes, well read from Harry Maguire. Robertson down this left-hand side, trying to feed a ball through, but centre-back read it extremely well.
And Liverpool waste the throw, and it's a throw into Manchester United, deep inside their own half. So earlier, if you missed it, and you've been out and about on this Sunday afternoon, Burnley came from a goal down to beat Leicester in our earlier Premier League commentary match. 2-1 the final score, so Burnley now 5 points above the relegation zone. Nottingham Forest 3-1 winners against Luton in the only match in the Championship, as Oxlade-Chamberlain tries a shot that's immediately charged down, bounces to Martial in the centre circle, but then Martial loses out to Henderson, who took a little bit of a whack there and is just hobbling the Liverpool captain. I think he'll be okay. And he comes across actually as James gives the ball away, passed it straight to Gomez. Oxlade-Chamberlain now low pass out towards the right-hand side. Salah back to Alexander-Arnold. Now Firmino drops deep. Firmino, scorer of the winning goal at Tottenham last weekend. Ball lifted right across from right to left to Robertson. Deep cross in towards the back post, which is headed down and partially away by Shaw. But Oxlade-Chamberlain's able to take it on, and with Williams arriving just as he was looking to cross, the Manchester United left wing back is able to deflect the ball out and up into a little corner of supporters sitting behind a steely grey fence for another corner to Liverpool, this time from the right-hand side. Alexander-Arnold to take this. Van Dijk just arrives rather ominously and threateningly, walking slowly towards the penalty spot. Alexander-Arnold's got... Van Dijk with a header! Right into the top corner! It was ominous, all right, the way Liverpool's number 4 walked into the penalty area, and he rose majestically and headed in the opening goal to make it Liverpool 1, Manchester United 0.
Well, it's an absolutely brilliant header from such a big player, Virgil van Dijk. It's an outswinger, Alexander-Arnold. I think they go zonal, Manchester United. Try and get a block in on Van Dijk, but he rises on the 6-yard line. Nobody on the post, and powers the ball into the top corner, left-hand corner. De Gea's goal. Liverpool haven't been at their best, but what a start that is.
This is the sound of Anfield when Liverpool have just taken the lead against Manchester United. And it is their great hero Virgil van Dijk who scored the goal. And when we look at it again, Chris, on these screens in front of us, it looks like the simplest thing in the world for Van Dijk.
Well, yeah, as I say, I think United went zonal, tried to get a blocker in on Van Dijk, but he got away. Free run, free header. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer would have been delighted with the start from United. Liverpool hadn't created anything clear-cut, but the frustration conceding from a set piece, be tearing his hair out.
And let me tell you, that's yet another club record for this Jurgen Klopp Liverpool team, because this is now the first time that Liverpool have scored in each of their first 22 matches of a league season. They've never done that before in their history. Dundee United 1, Hibs 2 is still the latest score in the Scottish Cup. That was a 3 o'clock kickoff. As Liverpool played up towards Salah, who has Harry Maguire right up his back there, and Salah goes down and wins the free kick.
Yeah, maybe a bit fortunate, Harry Maguire, saying, well, he's backing in, I'm entitled to stand my ground, but dangerous situation.
Very dangerous, that free kick on the right-hand side. The champions of the world now, as they say. Free kick then, out there on the right-hand side. They like the look of this. It's being placed very, very carefully. Robertson's out there, the two of them. The full-backs. He runs over it. Alexander-Arnold delivers it to the back post. Van Dijk's in there again, and on the stretch, he got away from both Maguire.
Oh, they get lucky, don't they, United?
And Matic was the other Manchester United man in there. Corner.
It's a brilliant ball in. Alexander-Arnold, as you would expect. Maguire just lost sight of Van Dijk. Got very, very lucky. Van Dijk eyes on the ball. Not far away at all.
Liverpool are threatening a second here. Robertson, cross corner to the near post. That's headed up and away by Pereira. Dundee United have made it 2-2. Just past an hour played in that match. 2-2 against Hibernia. Liverpool with it on the left-hand side. Wijnaldum right next to the white line. 10 yards away from the corner flag. Just a little touch away to put it out of play for a throw-in. 5 yards back from the corner flag. Ball is whacked out of play from the throw by Wan-Bissaka. Almost passed it straight back to Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold waiting, ball above his head to take the throw back towards the halfway line. And Van Dijk, the goal scorer, it's his 4th of the season for Liverpool. Remember, he scored a couple against Brighton in November in one of the many home wins. Here's Firmino, now to Mane. Mane just evades Fred. Gives it to Robertson on the left-hand side, then Mane, left corner of the box, Wijnaldum, back to Robertson. Robertson's cross took a little deflection, and that carried it into the gloves of De Gea, who's able to make an unchallenged catch and then launches it downfield for the run of Martial. And then Joe Gomez is underneath it. to head it safely back to Alisson.
I think the goal's just settled Liverpool down now, and they've started to really put the foot down and dominate. And you just wonder with United, how are they going to get back into this game?
Liverpool are in front, and Liverpool have won their last 40 matches in all competitions when they've scored the first goal of the match. Maguire with the ball. The Manchester United captain very quickly closed down by Salah, and Firmino had to get rid of it quickly, and he did so to Lindelof, who under pressure from Mane passed it straight out of play, and Pereira is down on the halfway line. What's happened there?
That's always a worry. Nobody around him. Pereira just sat down on the Anfield turf. It doesn't look good, but that was hopeless play at the back, wasn't it, from Manchester United? Lindelof panicking. It was pretty awful, pretty ordinary.
First 20 minutes, Chris, Liverpool winning 1-0.
Yeah, we've just seen the corner again. I think it's Williams who's trying to pick up Van Dijk and just block him. And Maguire, they leave free to go and head the ball, but it's too easy. It's a towering header from a colossus, Virgil van Dijk.
Yes, the great Virgil himself, PFA Player of the Year last season, Premier League Player of the season, and here he is, just swinging the ball back to Alisson, then out to Gomez. Firmino on the halfway line, turns away from Maguire, now to the left-hand side to Wijnaldum. Robertson turns back towards the halfway line and finds Virgil van Dijk in his blue boots. Joe Gomez, 8th consecutive start for Joe Gomez, and of course Liverpool have kept clean sheets in their last 6 matches in all competitions, last 6 matches in the Premier League as well. It's what Manchester United are up against here. Salah couldn't find the ball through, it bounces for Manchester United, and then Luke Shaw thought he'd been fouled in the centre circle, carrying the ball there.
Foul, wasn't it?
I thought so, by Henderson. Here's Matic though, flicks the ball straight out of play, was trying to find Williams. Manchester United are rattled, and I don't blame them for being rattled.
No, it was a foul on Luke Shaw. Liverpool actually have been quite wasteful in the final third. That last pass, that final ball, Salah hasn't been on top form as of yet.
Ball back with the Liverpool goalkeeper Alisson. Liverpool leading by 1-0. Alisson's long ball over the top, Maguire underneath it, and Fred is beaten in the air by Wijnaldum. Salah now to the halfway line. Alexander-Arnold in towards Firmino, 25 yards from goal. He plays it back to Wijnaldum, who's weaving around from left to right inside the Manchester United half. He goes back to the halfway line. Liverpool are absolutely fizzing here. Ball from Firmino to Robertson on the left-hand side, and then in slides Wan-Bissaka to send it behind for what is another Liverpool corner. They are absolutely brimful of confidence, the league leaders.
They are now. Firmino pulling the strings, dropping deep, making the play. Robertson in the overlap, but in fairness, Wan-Bissaka used his pace well and got back. Another corner.
Robertson to take this one. Gomez is up there, but Van Dijk as well. Van Dijk near the penalty spot. In comes the corner, headed away at the near post.
Well, they haven't learned the lesson, John, because it's the same again. Williams trying to block Van Dijk has not been successful at all so far. It's a strange one, that.
Robertson with the throw, and Wijnaldum back to Robertson, who plays it off Fred for another Manchester United, another Liverpool throw on the left-hand side. It's played back by Firmino to Oxlade-Chamberlain, who quickly twists away from James, and then Van Dijk puts his foot on the ball, turns, pass forward from Robertson. That's blocked by Wan-Bissaka. Looked like a high foot by Matic again, but the ball had already been whipped away from him. Into the penalty area, Mane's onto the loose ball, and Mane sends it over the top as the 2 challengers came in on him. He lifted it, fiery deflection, over the top for another corner.
Well, I think it's Luke Shaw who does brilliantly well. I think Mane should have taken the shot on earlier, took a touch. Firmino down the left-hand side, deflected inadvertently by Fred into Mane's path. That touch then just allowed Shaw to get back. Goes to ground. Crucial challenge.
Absolutely it was. Luke Shaw back in the team after 4 matches out. Here's the corner, Alexander-Arnold into the near post, and this one's headed away, but only out to Salah, who slices his shot, which hangs in the air in the 6-yard box. De Gea looking to take it, went down under the challenge from Van Dijk. I thought that would be a free kick, it's not, and now Firmino bends it in! It's 2-0, but Manchester United are incensed. They feel that De Gea was fouled by Van Dijk as he tried to catch the ball in the 6-yard box. Manchester United players are surrounding referee Pawson. There are 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, but Liverpool are up in one corner celebrating their second goal.
Yeah, and a lot of United players with their hands all over the referee. You just can't do that. They're furious about the decision. We do see goalkeepers, they are overprotected in my view.
There's a yellow card being shown in there, and VAR are looking at this now, and we're now seeing the pictures of Van Dijk putting the challenge in on De Gea.
I'm looking at that and thinking, is there enough in there? I don't think there is. I think De Gea should be stronger. Van Dijk goes for the ball, his eyes are on the ball. I think it's poor goalkeeping.
Referee Pawson says, what's he saying here? Again, the communication.
Well, why doesn't he go to the monitor and make the decision himself? I think he's given a free kick for a foul.
As a free kick, the goal is ruled out.
Wow.
And it remains Liverpool 1, Manchester United 0.
Initially, you always see fouls given for challenges on goalkeepers. The keeper's got to be stronger there. He really has. Has Van Dijk really put him under that much pressure? I mean, come on.
I must say, Mike, my initial reaction was that it was likely to be given as a free kick, and it wasn't.
No, exactly. But then, was there enough to then overturn it?
Ball forward down the left-hand side for Martial, but it'll run through to Alisson. The other thing is as well, because of the build-up in play there, and the way that the ball was sliced and deflected high into the 6-yard box, there's no way that the referee could have missed that. So that is the referee's call, that it wasn't a free, that it wasn't a foul.
Yeah. And was there enough which we saw to overturn that?
Was it a clear and obvious error?
No.
But VAR have ruled that it was, and so the goal was ruled out. Still 1-0. Van Dijk, what a pass that is to Salah, inside the box on the right-hand side. Salah plays it across, Firmino. It was slightly behind him, and the right foot shot went 2 yards wide.
Well, he just can't score at Anfield, and the one he did score was disallowed, of course. Brilliant finish, it was just behind him. What a ball that was from Van Dijk. And Salah staying out wide, exploiting that back three from United. Pokes the ball into Firmino. See, 10 yards out. Should score, should hit the target, at least.
Still 1-0. But I mean, Manchester United are just hanging on in this game at the moment. Liverpool are all over them. Had a second goal ruled out by VAR. Chance there for Firmino. There's absolutely no let-up from Liverpool here. They are going for the proverbial jugular. And now Mane down the left-hand side. Wan-Bissaka puts in the challenge. The ball bounces behind. Has that been given as a free kick?
Corner, is it?
I think it is.
He actually does well, Wan-Bissaka. 1v1 situations. Has that yard of pace to get back. Mane. Good acceleration, and yet another corner.
Corner, that's what it is. Liverpool's 6th corner, Chris. Taken out to Oxlade-Chamberlain. His ball in, it's headed away on the edge of the box by Martial. Manchester United look to break, they just cannot get out. And now here's Williams on the left-hand side. Brandon Williams, the 19-year-old. Gives it to Fred on the halfway line. Fred, now to Pereira. Liverpool are all around Pereira there, though, so it has to go back to Matic. And then Manchester United go back into their own half.
I just don't feel they have the confidence in the team where they're going to play through this Liverpool team. They're just poking it around at the back. Liverpool waiting for that pass into midfield where they pounce. Henderson, Ronaldo, Oxlade-Chamberlain. all set up.
Full time at Tannadice, Dundee United 2, Hibernian 2 in the Scottish Cup. Manchester United playing the ball out from their own penalty area. It's been run away down the left-hand side by Shaw, but his pass infield gives it away. And Liverpool are now back in business again. Back to Robertson, then back to Van Dijk. And now out to the right-hand side. Liverpool playing with such assuredness. Van Dijk, the goal scorer, long raking pass downfield, but that's under the head of Wan-Bissaka. And then the header from Van Dijk presents possession back to Liverpool. Robertson, now Mane. Robertson on the chase down into the full-back position. Maguire is right there with Robertson. Home supporters howling for a foul. Claim that Maguire grabbed a hold of Robertson, but Liverpool are still in possession. Wijnaldum. Maguire's returned to the penalty area. Firmino has given it away under pressure, but then Manchester United can't capitalise and Liverpool have got it back.
Well, they get in the middle of the park, United. They can't string three passes together. Liverpool really starting to exploit United.
Tempo is terrific from Liverpool. Liverpool 61 points from a possible 63. And no team has ever had that many points from that number of matches in any of the big 5 European leagues before. The achievements keep coming for this Liverpool team, and if they keep playing like this, surely a second goal will follow, one way or another. Mane infield towards Firmino, little ball from Firmino, Maguire steps in. It's a severe test for this Manchester United defence. Liverpool have found their way past it already once. Then Pereira, challenged by Oxlade-Chamberlain. Excellent tackle from Oxlade-Chamberlain. Henderson's ball through, but that was read by Lindelof, who was able to chest it down on the halfway line. minutes for that? Where's Statman Dave? Get him on. Here's Pereira across to Martial. Martial now to Williams. Manchester United threatening here. Who'd have thought? Martial crossing it to the back post. Wan-Bissaka across, and it's wide of the far post as Pereira slid in feet first. Couldn't get a meaningful touch. I think he did get a touch, but it sent it wide of the far post.
Well, I just wonder, was Wan-Bissaka offside as he drifts in? The ball from Martial switched. Wan-Bissaka drifts into the box on the right hand side and prods it across, and Pereira just can't get enough on the finish. Slightest of touches with the stud and goes narrowly wide. That's a huge opportunity for United, not taken.
Yes, I think that on our tiny little screen here on the gantry, we had as Martial wins a foul 5 yards inside the Liverpool half. There was a shot there from the camera inside the goal, which did reveal that he did get the tiniest touch on it. A rare example of us actually learning something from the camera in the back of the goal. That's an old bugbear of mine. Here's Wan-Bissaka.
With the camera in the goal?
Yeah, it's a camera for camera's sake, that one, I think. Don't you? No? Not got an opinion on that? Unusually, you've not got an opinion.
I don't overanalyse that.
Well, here's Maguire playing it to the left-hand side. Martial, who's drifted out to the left, now cuts in field, but then it breaks down. And Liverpool, Henderson, long and forward, plays it into the space here on the left-hand side. Liverpool love to do that. Mane keeps it in, then almost juggles with it. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer suddenly appears on the edge of the area, clapping his hands down there. It's quite a cold afternoon now. There might be just a little bit of sea mist rolling in as well. Oh, somebody's trying to lead some excitement. Here's Van Dijk. Van Dijk just knocking it back into his penalty area. How long to go to half-time? 3 minutes, just under 3 minutes plus added time. Alisson passing it out to goal scorer Van Dijk. 1-0, but it could easily be more. Liverpool had a goal ruled out, but Manchester United coming forward. Martial now back to Pereira. He might have come up with an equaliser a few moments ago. Andreas Pereira, ball into the edge of the area, headed down and away by Van Dijk, away from Fred. And now Firmino doing extremely well halfway inside his own half. Liverpool's number 9 to keep possession and play it back, and then Robertson sends it forward. That's brilliantly taken down by Shaw to take it away from Salah. That's an incredible piece of skill. How casual was that
from Shaw?
Sure, right? Surely not. Here's Lindelof. Lindelof right-footed and forward. Flick from James. Not as good as Shaw. And Liverpool play it. Wijnaldum. Fred though gets a touch. It's actually just a little scrappy. And then Van Dijk's ball downfield is headed back by Lindelof to goalkeeper De Gea, who gives it quickly out. Manchester United sensing that they're having their best spell of the match so far here. Matic digging out a pass, but that's some way behind Williams, and he has to give it back to Luke Shaw.
Yeah, Jurgen Klopp down in his technical area, just demanding a bit more from his team. United having, as you say, a good little spell.
Here's Pereira in a bit of space in midfield, and now driving forward with it again. Right foot shot, but Alisson's able to go down to his right and clutch the ball actually in front of his Adam's apple, so he didn't have to overextend himself.
Yeah, the space just opened up, didn't it, in front of Pereira. 25, maybe 28 yards out, right-hand side of the box. Powers a shot, but
Salah now to Mane. Mane edge of the box, shoots, saved by the outstretched right boot of David De Gea. Seemed goal-bound until De Gea stuck out a foot.
I tell you what a save this is from De Gea. Slick pass from Salah. Mane, left-hand side of the box, goes for power with his left foot. And De Gea's going the wrong way, but sticks a big right boot out. I think it actually catches him on the shin and deflects wide.
So a corner from the left-hand side. Liverpool's 7th corner of the first half, which for the most part they dominated until Manchester United have just had 3 chances. But that was That was one of the clearest chances of the first half there for Liverpool. Corner taken short. Robertson plays it across. It's headed across the penalty area by Maguire. And then cleared away by James to the halfway line. Half-time approaching. 45 minutes are very nearly up. 2 minutes of added time.
Will be a minimum of 2
Liverpool
minutes
up towards Van Dijk, but it comes off the head of the Liverpool goal scorer and bounces through for a goal kick. 5 Live in the World Service. And at half-time, as I say, we'll hear from Brendan Rodgers and Sean Dyche. I'm sure there'll be more from Port Elizabeth as well, where England are closing in on victory. Hope to wrap things up tomorrow. We'll get the latest from from Toulouse-Gloucester as well. Toulouse in front in that Champions Cup match. It's on Sports Extra. And more from the Masters snooker, and possibly as well on Lee Westwood's excellent win in Abu Dhabi today. Here's Firmino on the edge of the area. It's worked across. Mane in the D. Mane's touch just took it away from him on the edge of the penalty area. Now to Robertson forward again towards Mane. Wan-Bissaka comes across. In fact, it's Fred. Mane works it past Fred. Final touch was off the Manchester United midfielder. Another corner to Liverpool in added time.
This could be another record, could it, John, for Liverpool? Record of corners in the first
Record
half
of corners
against Manchester United
on a Sunday afternoon in January, with sea fret in the air.
Would you call it sea fret or
fret?
Just fog?
I think it's sort of just mist at the moment. Alexander-Arnold is going to take this corner then. Right-footed into the 6-yard box. De Gea gets the punch away under pressure from Mane. Almost underneath his crossbar. Ball finds its way to Alexander-Arnold, who swings it in high through the mist, over the bar and into the Liverpool supporters. It's just a hint of mist at the moment. 1-0 Liverpool lead, half-time almost here, and well, Liverpool have dominated the half, but Manchester United have had those chances. And at the break, 1-0 is the score. Liverpool did think that they'd scored a second goal when Firmino put the ball in the back of the net, but VAR eventually ruled it out for Van Dijk's foul on De Gea. Mane had that effort right at the end of the half that was saved by the foot of De Gea. But United did just have those 2-3 chances towards the end of the half to make Liverpool think. But the league leaders are 1-0 up at half-time, Chris Sutton.
Yeah, I think so, and deservedly so. I think there's a stratosphere between these two sides at the moment. I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will be disappointed with the nature of the goal, but it was Liverpool's giant centre-half with a towering header to put Liverpool in front, and they probably should have gone further in front. And they have been the better team in the first half. United have so much work to do, but you think with Liverpool how tight they've been at the back in recent games. How are United going to get back into this game?
Yep, yet another half a match without conceding a goal for Liverpool. So half-time here at Anfield, Liverpool 1, Manchester United 0, and Steve Crossman is here with us on the gantry of the main stand at Anfield.
Chris, I mean, there are light years behind Liverpool and Manchester United at times, but after 14 minutes just before the goal was scored, you couldn't really tell. And is it a bit of a missed opportunity for Manchester United, given how the game started and given how they conceded that first goal?
There's been a lot of talk this season, hasn't there, about Liverpool not being at their absolute best, but they know how to win games. I thought they were sloppy early on, and that would have been the disappointment from United's point of view, but as I said, a set piece. Van Dijk took his opportunity. It was a wonderful, wonderful header. You have to question the defending, and of course, we'll have people banging on about, should United go zonal in that situation? Brandon Williams didn't do his job. I think he's being used as a blocker for Van Dijk. He switched off. Van Dijk made them pay, and then that gave Liverpool the confidence, and their game went up a gear, and they were just too good for United. United had the opportunities at the end of the half. I think Pereira should have scored. I wondered whether Wan-Bissaka would have been offside or not. They have to take those opportunities. They didn't, but there's a country mile between these two sides. That's the truth of it.
85058 at 5 Live Sport. Chris says, what a decision from the linesman. So tight, and he got it spot on. Who needs VAR? That was for the Wijnaldum one that was ruled out. Josh, it's a sad thing that as a United fan, every time I check the scoreline, I expect Liverpool to have scored another goal. It's not a matter of if Liverpool will score again, but when and how many. Bobby, I'm no fan of Liverpool. I think they're overrated. We'll park that. But that was a goal. De Gea needs to go pick his dummy up.
Yep.
And we were kind of chatting about this before the game. Either go with the clear and obvious or go with what you think the decision is, because how is there enough in that replay to change the on-field decision?
Well, there wasn't, was it? I mean, goalkeepers are protected. The slightest touch they ask for free kicks. I didn't think that there was enough in that. Van Dijk had his eyes on the ball. He went to head it. You want your goalkeeper being stronger there. I thought he was exceptionally weak, and Manchester United players were infuriated. There wasn't a foul given initially. But then when the goal went in, the brilliant finish, I mean, was there enough to overturn that? Come on, I didn't think so. Why didn't the referee go to the monitor, though, and make the decision himself?
Well, that's supposedly what's going to start happening now.
Well,
supposedly.
The advice at the moment is only for red cards.
That's why, then.
Thank you, John. Correspondent John Murray and Chris Sutton there. I tell you what, though, Robbie Savage and Emma Jones, who are up next with 606, the atmosphere, not just in the stands but on the pitch, I've never seen players surrounding a referee like that, certainly not in the last few years. I've seen Michael Carrick rowing with the Liverpool fans. It is properly electric in here at the moment.
Yeah, good first half, that wasn't it? Great commentary from John, not so much Chris, but it was very, very enjoyable. But I'm sure we're going to get lots of Liverpool fans and Manchester United fans, Emma.
Yeah, I reckon so. Do you know what, Liverpool, if you continue this lead, right, and you win this game, Liverpool fans, I'll be keen to know if there's anyone brave enough to give us a call on 08085 909 693 and say the title is yours. Turns out Roy Keane doesn't really think so. He said today, everyone's getting carried away because they've been brilliant, but he said last year they finished second's no good. Do me a favour, pat on the back.
It's a great team. I know Bobby on Twitter doesn't think so.
Do you know what? Bobby on Twitter, give us a call.
Overrated?
Bobby on Twitter has said the Liverpool team are overrated. 08085 909 693. We're here for a chat,
This
Bobby.
is a great Liverpool team. 2 Champions League finals, won one. Yes, they were missed out by 1 point last year. They're running away with the league. Could be the biggest points winning in history in the Premier League. It's a great side.
It is. And do you know what? If you disagree with that, Bobby, give us a call. 08085 909 693. Robbie Savage is waiting for you. Man United fans, is there any way you can bring this game back? If you don't, we want to hear from you with constructive ideas. Not just Ollie out, but actually what can happen. Yeah?
Constructive. Every time United lose, it's Ollie out. Give us some constructive information.
Struggled with that, didn't you, Rob?
I did.
Burnley fans, much needed 2-1 win against Leicester, puts you 5 points clear of the relegation zone. Good win for you, that. Are you staying up this season? Get in touch with us, 08085 909 693. Leicester, dip in form, Rob. What's happening there?
A huge miss has been Wilfred Ndidi. I thought, without him, they're not the same side. That protection in front and the back, 4 or 5. But if any Leicester fans ring up and say, no, we're not doing great, what's happening? You're third in the Premier League, man. Come on. It's still been a great season. Just they miss Ndidi. No Chilwell, no Tielemans. Tielemans on the bench. So they are utilising their squad, but they just need to start doing a little bit better.
Well, Leicester fans, Burnley fans, Liverpool fans, Man United fans and any fans, get in touch. Put your calls for 606.
And Leeds fans.
08085 909 693.
Thank you very much, guys.
Stephen.
Cheers.
Robbie and Emma will be with you for 606 after the game here at Anfield. Liverpool 1, Manchester United 0 at half-time. We'll have more from here very, very shortly. Let's check in at the Alexandra Palace, the final of the Masters today. Jamie Broughton.
And it's very much advantage Stuart Bingham going into the evening session of this final against Ali Carter as he leads by 5 frames to 3. Carter scored heavily early on this afternoon with breaks of 126, 56 and 93 as he built a 3-2 lead, but Bingham quickly hit back to take the next 2 frames to go 4-3 ahead. In the final frame of the session there were chances for both men, but it was Bingham that finally took his to move 2 frames clear. They'll resume at 7 o'clock tonight with 10 the target to be crowned champion. The match is live on BBC 2 and you can also watch it on the BBC Sport website, Steve.
We'll hear from Sean Dyche and Brendan Rodgers after the news on 5 Live with Richard Foster.
On digital, BBC Sounds, smart speaker and online.
This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
Boris Johnson has wished Prince Harry and Meghan all the best for the future after Buckingham Palace said they'd no longer perform royal duties or receive public money. It's expected they'll be spending most of their time in Canada. Dr. Barry Mackenzie is a royal historian there.
I think there's going to be a great deal of interest. I think that the media attention that has followed them since the beginning of their courtship will continue in this country. I think that Canadians generally, because we don't have a very active tabloid press, will probably give them more privacy domestically than they may receive elsewhere. And certainly that, I think, is probably part of the decision.
Meghan's dad, Thomas Markle, has accused the couple of cheapening the royal family. Powers came into force this week to stop suspected stalkers from contacting or approaching their victims, while police in England and Wales investigate allegations against them. Breaking the orders could result in a 5-year prison sentence. The Prime Minister says he'll speak to the US Secretary of State Mike Pompeo about American personnel driving near an RAF base in Northamptonshire. It follows the death of Harry Dunn, who died after his motorbike collided head-on with a car last year. Other diplomatic cars have been driven on the wrong side of the road near RAF Croton. Rival factions from Libya have joined major powers in Berlin to try to secure a ceasefire and end the country's civil war. It's been going on since General Gaddafi was killed back in 2011, with different forces and militias controlling separate parts of the country. The Conservative Party chairman James Cleverly has confirmed the government's considering moving the House of Lords outside London. The Sunday Times says York is the front-runner and Birmingham is also a contender. The Labour MP Nadia Whittome has told the Andrew Marr programme the move shouldn't be a priority.
Working class people, whether in the North, the Midlands or the South, don't care about the unelected House of Lords. Replace the House of Lords with an elected chamber and move it to the North, and then we're talking. But it's superficial, it's tinkering around the edges.
A state of emergency has been declared in Canada after storms brought up to 76 centimetres of snow. They hit Newfoundland and Labrador. Some people there have been trapped in their own homes.
This is BBC Radio 5 Live. On digital, BBC Sounds, smart speaker and online.
On the roads, M1 southbound in Northamptonshire, slow traffic because of an earlier breakdown at junction 16, the turn for Daventry, but all lanes have been reopened. Berkshire, don't forget on the M4 in both directions, the road's closed all weekend until tomorrow morning for bridge demolition work between junction 6 at Slough and Windsor and 8-9 at Maidenhead. It's causing congestion through Maidenhead and Windsor itself. M32 just outside Bristol, there's a lane closed southbound on the exit slip road. Slow traffic because of a broken down vehicle at junction 3, the turn for St Paul's. And in Hampshire on the M3 southbound, the road's closed at the moment, stationary traffic because of an accident. 4 cars and a van involved from junction 6 at Basingstoke to 7 at Basingstoke South. Richard Foster, 5 Live Travel.
5 Live Breakfast.
Brendan caused a few problems, didn't he?
It's, yes.
It.
Yeah, can't call it him.
The pronoun controversy. I've got a list of moderate intensity activity here. Brisk walking, water aerobics, riding a bike, dancing, doubles tennis, pushing a lawnmower, hiking, rollerblading. Finished.
I'd like to see you on a pair of rollerblades.
Really? I'd like to see you pushing a lawnmower.
What else we got?
I could listen to you all day.
Could you? Well, thankfully, you've only got another 24 minutes.
5 Live Breakfast. Back Monday morning from 6.
More live Premier League football than anyone else.
5 Live's Premier League Sunday.
With Steve Crossman.
Liverpool won Manchester United 0 at half-time here at Anfield. A great day already for Burnley. Came from 1-0 down to beat Leicester 2-1 at Turf Moor. Jamie Vardy had a penalty saved in that game by Nick Pope. So Burnley now 5 points clear of the relegation zone. Here's Sean Dyche talking to Gary Flintoff.
Many congratulations. In your goalkeeper, you've got one of the nice guys, but you've also got a fantastic shot stopper, penalty saver, and ultimately, many people would even suggest England's best goalkeeper.
Well, he's certainly a very good goalkeeper. We know that. He's still learning. I think he's still improving. For a big guy, he's sharp, as you saw today, with his reactions. And he's got that bravery to stand up. And it's a strange thing to say, but keepers sometimes go down quick. He stands up and he keeps his eye on the ball. And he made a couple of them type of saves today. But I thought there was a lot more on show than just him today. He's bound to be a talking point for the right reasons. Really good performance. And he saves a penalty, obviously. And that was a very important moment. We know that. But beyond that, I think the team performance in front of him was very good today, and I think he'll certainly be full of respect for that.
Had you gone 2-1 down, do you think you had it within you to come back for a second time in the game?
Well, the signs were there. I mean, the mentality from them going 1 up in the first half, I thought was solid. I didn't think there was I thought there was a good reaction from there. There's a calmness to them, and I like that when we're right, when we've got a performance that's right, I can sense it. And when that happens, there was no oddness about it. It was just like, okay, let's just get on with it. And there was at half time. I spoke to them clearly. I was quite pleased with the first half performance. A few details that I thought were important for the second half performance, which I'm pleased they delivered. And the mentality was great going through the game. So if they would have, you don't know, but I would have hedged my bets on a day like today. Would have gone and got something out of the game, but you never know. It's crystal ball stuff.
That's Sean Dyche. Let's hear now from Brendan Rodgers.
It's an easy game to analyse as a manager and a coach. I thought we were clearly the better team, created a lot of opportunities. We took the lead and were in a good position in the first half, even though I didn't think we were clean enough and quick enough with our passing, but we still had comfort in the game and created other opportunities. And I think their winning goal then is a big disappointment for us, because it's about one player's desire to get in the box to score, and when we've got players around him who don't match the run, that's the basics of the game. You have to run, especially in the Premier League, and do the dirty work. And we didn't do that, and we got punished for it.
Missing the opportunity to go level on points today with Manchester City after that defeat. Leicester in a little bit of a rut at the moment. 08085 909 693 606 follows us here at Anfield. The teams are just about to come back out of the tunnel for the second half. Some other stories for you. Saracens have booked their place in the Champions Cup quarter-finals only a day after it was confirmed they'll be relegated from the Premiership at the end of the season for persistent salary cap breaches. They beat Racing 92 by 27 points to 24. Their spot in the last 8 was then sealed because Gloucester were beaten by Toulouse. We'll have a special Saracens Rugby Union Weekly available later this evening. Other scores: Munster 33, Ospreys 6, Montpellier 35, Connacht 29. Captain Joe Root took 4 wickets for England to push them closer to victory on the 4th day of the 3rd test against South Africa. His best figures in test cricket left South Africa 102 for 6 following on in their second innings, 188 short of making England bat. Again, back here with John Murray and Chris Sutton at Anfield. John, tweet here from Henry Winter that I've just spotted. Marcus Rashford has a double stress fracture, expected to be out for 2 to 3 months.
Well, that's obviously a serious blow for Manchester United. And where are we now? January, February, March, April.
About England, yeah.
Yeah. So we're in a similar boat there with Rashford from an England point of view as to where they are with Harry Kane. So for Gareth Southgate, inside the stadium here at Anfield, that is serious news. And we'll hear more on that later when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer talks to us. So the second half begins at Anfield. Liverpool leading Manchester United by 1-0. Virgil van Dijk's headed goal in the 14th minute. No substitutions at half-time. The World Service are back with us on 5 Live. So the Liverpool team: Alisson, Alexander-Arnold, Gomez, Van Dijk and Robertson, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Henderson and Wijnaldum, Salah, Firmino and Mane. And Manchester United, De Gea in goal, Lindelof, Maguire and Shaw, Wan-Bissaka and Williams are the wing-backs, Fred and Matic, and Pereira behind the front 2 of James and Martial. Chris Sutton with us for the commentary, a league winner in England and Scotland, and we're watching the league leaders who are in position now with this 1-0 lead to have a 16-point advantage tonight with a game in hand over Manchester City. Here's Salah on the right-hand side, left-footed ball into the box. Lindelof comes across, heads it down, heads it back to Salah on his left foot, back onto his right. United players in there, still Salah, lays it back to the edge of the area. Henderson shot, that's blocked by Maguire inside the box, bounces out of the area to Robertson. Robertson now to the left-hand side, but Mane coming back from an offside position. And it's a free kick to Manchester United. So first thoughts in the second half, Chris?
Yeah, United get a little bit lucky. Brandon Williams in particular switched off. Salah read the situation well, and Henderson fired a shot in. I can't see things changing. United are going to have to dig in, defend deep. They had that chance just before half-time. They're not going to get many in this second half. They have to take the one they do get.
Firmino to Mane, who had a big chance for 2-0 at the end of the first half, to Robertson, across to Salah! Oh, he's put it wide! 5 yards out! He tried to turn it in on his left foot, He mishit it and it bounced agonisingly for Salah and Liverpool. A cross goal and wide of the far post.
Oh no, Mo. He's got to score that. Brilliantly worked. Down the left-hand side, Mane into Robertson. The cross measured, he's 7 yards out, has the goal at his mercy on his favoured left foot. He's just expecting the back of the net to bulge. And he miskicks it horribly wide of the post. What a miss. Could that be a defining moment in this game?
He mishit it with his right instep onto with his left instep onto his right ankle, and it bounced wide. That was, talk about 2-0 staring you in the face. Still 1-0. Firmino though pulls it back. Mane from the angle, and he's lifted it across goal from the corner of the 6-yard area. Could be 2-0, 3-0. It's still only 1-0.
That's not an easy opportunity. It's just bouncing for Mane, but you think the form he's been in this season, again marauding down the left-hand side. Firmino, such an unselfish player. Little diagonal run, left-hand side of the box. Lovely reverse pass. Mane carried on his run on the edge of the 6-yard box. Puts the ball over the bar.
Liverpool 1, Manchester United 0. 5 live in the World Service. Henderson now, Manchester United losing possession. Henderson, it's opening up, and the captain hits the post. Left foot shot, edge of the box, and it cracked the right upright as he looked at it. It seemed certain to be bound for the top corner, but no, still only 1-0. Mane, left side of the box. Wan-Bissaka, it's played across. Salah with a shot. It's blocked by defender Lindelof, who rather comically is holding his chest. Shouts for handball, not given, and United clear it away.
An incredible start to the second half. Whatever Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said at half-time, well, it didn't work. They've been absolutely pathetic at the start of this second half. Liverpool out of the traps. Here's a Henderson chance. The United players just back off and back off. It opens up. He drives to the edge of the box. And I tell you what a save it is. Left hand of De Gea onto the post. Another huge save from De Gea. Worryingly for United, Lindelof is down.
Lindelof was hit by the Salah shot, which came in the aftermath of the Henderson effort that was saved onto the post. What a save that is.
It was an unbelievable full stretch. Left fingertips. Has he taken one in an awkward spot, Lindelof?
I think quite possibly, yeah. So he'll as Jimmy Anfield used to say, he'll live. And he's just trotting out to the far side now. So Liverpool still leading by 1-0, but what a start. I think perhaps it was more what Jurgen Klopp said at half-time, because Liverpool have been absolutely all at Manchester United as they attack towards the Kop, which is what they're doing now. Ball played back by Wijnaldum, and Mane then goes back towards the halfway line. So we've seen the Salah miss from 7 yards, we've seen the Mane shot wide from the angle, we've seen the Henderson shot that was saved onto the post, and we've seen Salah hit a shot into Lindelof's
Swedes
nether regions. Here's Robertson to the left-hand side. Mane turns and sets off infield. Liverpool coming again. Firmino back there. Mane inside the box, who tried to work it across to Salah, and this time, importantly, it was Luke Shaw who was there to get a block on it and send it wide and out for a Liverpool ball on the right here.
So much joy down that Liverpool left-hand side. Combination again. This time Mane into Firmino. They link up so well. Ball's deflected into the path of Shaw, who scrambles a clearance behind. It's all Liverpool.
All Liverpool. It looks like Jurgen Klopp was feeding them red meat at half-time. Alexander-Arnold with the outswinging corner. That's headed away by Lindelof. Comes out to Salah. He plays it to his left. Henderson chips it in across the penalty area. Alexander-Arnold drives it across. It comes off defender Williams. They're claiming it came off his arm. It deflected it across into the gloves of De Gea, who was able to hold it securely.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the position of the arm, but he's smashed that from a yard. If it did hit Shaw's hand.
Oxlade-Chamberlain now is the latest Liverpool man to run and shoot, and De Gea goes down to his right to make the save. Another one. 5 efforts now
What a start to the second half, yeah.
How many minutes? 6.
6 minutes. Jurgen Klopp feeding his players red meat.
And it's veganuary as well. You can't do that, can you?
Well, Solskjaer's an argument. His players had red wine at half-time.
United have lost it again. And Liverpool with Firmino. Out to the left-hand side to Wijnaldum. And back it goes to the halfway line. I mean, this game could be so far out of sight with the way that Liverpool have started the second half. But it's not. It's still only 1-0 to the leaders. Henderson now down to the right. Here's Oxlade-Chamberlain's cross, took a deflection. Ball bounces high, actually lands in the full-back position, and Oxlade-Chamberlain is able to shepherd it for a corner.
You thought I was joking about the corner count. I mean, that is extraordinary. What are we up to now?
10, I make it. I might have missed one. Here's Alexander-Arnold troughing across. Liverpool, red shirts, red meat. Alexander-Arnold plays it back to Salah, who turns away from James and then back onto his left foot into the box, clips it across, takes a little flick off the head of, I think, Firmino, and then a defender. Manchester United protest, but referee Pawson says corner.
Yeah, get lucky there, Liverpool, but United are just somehow hanging on in there on instinct and luck and brilliant goalkeeping.
So a corner from the left-hand side, this one, over on the far side of the ground from where we sit. It's driven in low to the edge of the area. That was a poor one, actually, by Salah. Fred plays it away to James, but then Oxlade-Chamberlain just comes across and takes the ball away from James so easily. Then Robertson passes it to Salah. Salah's cross is deflected. Matic passes it away, but then Pereira has men in red all over him. Liverpool win it back. Henderson angles a great ball out to the left-hand side. Danger again for Manchester United. And then brilliant play on the left-hand side by Firmino, twisting Wan-Bissaka one way and the other, and then the shot in the end. Wan-Bissaka somehow managed to recover and block it. Then Henderson's ball from near the halfway line into the penalty area is caught by De Gea.
The truth is, if this was a boxing match, John, this would be stopped. This is an absolute mauling. How good was that from Firmino? On the left-hand side, twisting and turning. United are somehow hanging on in there.
1-0. Well, they're certainly on the ropes. It's a 1-0 mauling. Ball played forward to Martial. I mean, it would be one of these smash and grabs if Manchester United got a goal here to make it 1-1.
This is... They're in different leagues, different teams. Liverpool up against the only team to have taken a point off them this season, but Liverpool have won every game in the league since then. 12 Premier League wins in a row, 38 league matches unbeaten in all, and they're not too far away from the records. Arsenal 49, Nottingham Forest 42, Chelsea 40 are the only longer run of unbeaten matches in the top flight. Manchester United lose the ball inside their own half. Liverpool bringing it forward with Wijnaldum. Now here's Mane. Mane cutting in from the right, curling it across. Lindelof was able to readjust and volley it away with his right foot. Oxlade-Chamberlain comes out with the ball against Pereira, but then the pass evades Alexander-Arnold, and it's out for a throw into Manchester United. Chris, before we barely had a chance, but that news that was reported by Henry Winter of the Times at half-time, that Marcus Rashford has a stress fracture of his back and will be out for 2 to 3 months. Reaction? So that's an absolute sledgehammer for Manchester United. You can see this afternoon how much they're missing Marcus Rashford, such an influential player. We can talk about McTominay as well, but going back to Rashford, you mentioned Gareth Southgate here today. The impact on England now, what will that have? Harry Kane out, Rashford out.
Well, we'll hear more from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer after the match. We'll try and bring you the live interviews during 6:06. Manchester United though with Fred, and Fred running to the edge of the area and shooting wide. Great run from the Manchester United number 17, but the finish didn't match the run.
No, he just kept going. As a poor throw-in, actually. I think it was Alexander-Arnold throws it straight ahead on the halfway line. And the space just opens up and he keeps driving. Van Dijk should engage him earlier. Gets to the 18-yard line. Tries to feed it in on Alisson's near post. Hits it wide.
Liverpool breaking again. Manchester United can only just live with them in this early period of the second half. But again there, United did have an opportunity for Fred as Mane is then impeded. And it's a free kick to Liverpool, 10 yards inside the Manchester United half, which they take back into their own territory. And then goal scorer Van Dijk rather nonchalantly right-footed finds Robertson, and Robertson's off on one of his runs into the penalty area. He plays it across, a little touch on the edge of the area from Wijnaldum, can't work it across to Salah, and Manchester United might have a chance for a break here. It's played forward by Shaw, but then the angle ball from Pereira is straight into the path of Gomez, who is able to step across and clear it to the halfway line, and Manchester United win a throw. Here is Fred rolling a pass forward to Pereira. It's Manchester United attack towards the Anfield Road end, where their supporters are in approximately half of the lower tier of that stand, all dressed very warmly on what's a cold afternoon. Matic playing the ball in towards Fred. Now to Martial on the left-hand side. Martial looks for a 1-2 with Pereira. Back to Martial! Oh, and he's driven it over the top of the crossbar. Great opening. Superbly worked by Manchester United. Oh, but wasteful Martial.
Oh, that was horrendous from Martial. Brilliantly worked. Faces up Alexander-Arnold. Little give and go with Pereira. Weighted pass, he takes it superbly on his chest. Martial into the box, he's 7 yards out. Keeper to beat. I mean, that is wild in the extreme. They won't get a better chance than that, United. He knows.
It opened up for Anthony Martial there, and it seemed, as the ball's played over the top, Lindelof is adjudged to have been shoved by Mane, which is why he handballed it. So it's a free kick to Manchester United, who played away from the edge of their own penalty area. 5 Live and the World Service. If you're busy doing something else and you're listening in the kitchen and only half paying attention, you could be forgiven for thinking that Liverpool have scored 3 or 4 in the second half, but it's still only Liverpool 1, Manchester United 0. And what a chance that was, spurned by Anthony Martial. Here's Oxlade-Chamberlain now, but then Williams puts in the challenge. The young Mancunian sliding in on Oxlade-Chamberlain, getting the ball and a bit of the man as well, and Oxlade-Chamberlain hobbles away from that but stays on his feet and then walks back onto the field and claps hands with young Williams.
There's a fierce challenge. I suppose Oxlade-Chamberlain, the injuries which he's had, are always wary.
Wijnaldum, that's a lovely turn from him, took the ball, quickly played it out to the left-hand side into the space over there for Robertson, who goes back into his own half. And it remains 1-0 to Liverpool. Van Dijk thought about going back to goalkeeper Alisson, but saw that Martial was lurking not too far away, so went forward, but United played up towards Martial. Alexander-Arnold's able to come across, and then long ball forward from Henderson, but that should bounce through to De Gea, which it does, with Salah bearing down on him. And De Gea gives it out to Wan-Bissaka, but Wan-Bissaka overruns it, and now Wan-Bissaka is out of position, so Lindelof has to go across there, and he plays it off the Liverpool number 10, and it's bouncing around in the lower tier of the stand for a throw into Manchester United.
Yeah, I suppose if United can take any confidence, it's the fact that they did open Liverpool up. Liverpool should be out of sight, but Martial had to take that opportunity, didn't he?
Liverpool have not conceded a goal since the semi-final of the Club World Cup in Qatar on December the 18th, when Funes Mori of Monterrey scored against them. And today is January the 19th. Last goal they let in the Premier League was when Everton were beaten 5-2 here. Under half an hour to play, and ridiculously, this match is still in the balance, only 1-0. Martial, here on the left-hand side. Matic, now back to Martial again. Martial running at Gomez, plays it across. Pereira on the edge of the box took a heavy touch and it bounced away, and then it was played away by Oxlade-Chamberlain, but it's going to be kept in by Pereira, who wins the throw-in off the shins of Oxlade-Chamberlain. Throw-in is taken by Williams and then given away. And Liverpool work it forward again. Oh, Harry Maguire is beaten so easily by Wijnaldum, who then passes it forward to Sadio Mane, who's up against Lindelof and rolls his shot from the angle across the face of goal and wide.
Yeah, how many chances do Liverpool need? Mane so good in those 1v1 situations, shifts it onto his left foot and then pulls the shot past the left-hand post from 6-7 yards out. Lindelof was putting him under pressure, but these are big chances for Liverpool.
Big chances that are not being taken. And if it was next weekend, Chris, and it was the FA Cup, and this was an FA Cup time, one team who were winning 1-0 were missing lots and lots of chances like that, we'd be saying things like, it's very, very likely that they'll be made to pay for this.
Absolutely.
But this is dominant Liverpool, who are going to bring on Adam Lallana very shortly. That'll be the first change of the match. The man who scored the equaliser at Old Trafford back in October. Williams now runs the ball out of play near the halfway line, and it's a throw-in to Liverpool. Not sure they'll make the change just yet. So if Lallana's coming on, Oxlade-Chamberlain?
Yeah, maybe. He just took that knock, didn't he? From Williams. He's not moving overly well.
Alexander-Arnold to take the throw. I'll let you know as well when the lines are open on 5 Live for the phone-in, the 606 phone-in. But you can get in touch, hashtag BBC 606, or you can text 85058. I will let you know when the lines are open so you can book your course. Wijnaldum is fouled by James, and it's a free kick 10 yards inside
It was Fred with a scissor-type challenge. It was into the back. Wijnaldum, I don't know what Fred's moaning about.
Just past the hour mark. 1-0 to Liverpool. Lallana waiting to come on, but not yet. Liverpool take the free kick, knocking the ball around in the central third. And then going all the way back to Alisson. Oh, a heavy touch by the Liverpool goalkeeper, but he's able to recover quickly. Had to be quick as well. Cleared it away from Martial. He's insulated against the cold with those black tights on. Here's Fred. Fred now carrying it forward. We'll find out what in a moment, Chris. Here's James, back to Fred. Now Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka taking it on, past Firmino. Oh, the guy crossed it, he's got all wrong.
Yes, mind, the window's crossed out. It's awful from Wan-Bissaka. It's part of his game he does need to improve on. We'll see Lallana on it is. I think it is the Ox, isn't it?
Yep. So Lallana coming on to replace him.
Yeah, and do you want to know what? You watch the Alisson incident again. Martial just switches off when Alisson took the heavy touch. Had he been more alert, that would have been the easiest goal he would have ever scored.
But Alisson was able to recover, and it's still only 1-0. So 08085 909 693 to talk about this or any of the other footballing events of the weekend. Burnley winning 2-1 against Leicester earlier, and our first commentary of the day on 5 Live Premier League Sunday. Here's Shaw at the back, playing across to Maguire. Maguire now, his pass forward took a deflection. Robertson had to readjust. Wan-Bissaka still up there after that awful last cross of his. Martial receives it, left-footed shot straight at Alisson, who's able to scoop it up straight at him, just dropped down onto his knees and made the save. So 5 Live, we by the way, Australian Open begins in the morning, the tennis, the Grand Slam. We'll have 2 weeks of commentary on and coverage of it. 5 Live, Sports Extra. The tennis breakfast is on air from 7 o'clock in the morning. 5 Live Sports Extra with Gigi Salmon, live from Melbourne. Monday Night Club tomorrow night, and Premier League commentaries Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. Fred taking the ball on and shooting. Alisson's able to watch it carefully. Must have had a little bit of wobble on it, because he pushed it away wide and out for... Is that a corner? It is. Manchester United's first corner, Chris.
Yes, poor goalkeeping actually. Alisson made a real meal of it. He just caught it, wasn't
unlike him actually, because he's not a goalkeeper who's frightened to catch the ball. Here's Fred, who plays it in. Blocked away, back to Fred on the left-hand side. Here's Pereira forward. Fred now. Offside flag is up, and it's a free kick to Liverpool.
How many goalkeepers do you know who are frightened to catch the ball?
Well, how many matches, Chris, do we watch in a season where we will say he could have caught that and they parry it away?
I agree. Yeah, I think there's a few. Yeah.
I think frightened would probably be in inverted commas. Here's Salah now on the right-hand side. Maguire was able to come across. Now Matic back to Fred. Fred then goes back into central defence for Lindelof. So we have played, well, we're halfway through the second half, and it's still only 1-0. Williams, infield, back to Matic. Liverpool go to Wolves on Thursday night, which is a 5 Live commentary match. That's usually a testing place to play. James, now to the right-hand side, to Wan-Bissaka. His cross is a deep one, but Salah is there for Liverpool. Comes out to Fred though, edge of the area, ran into trouble though. United still with it. Martial back to Fred. Fred puts his foot on the ball, turns, then back heels it, but too far ahead of Shaw. And Liverpool are able to clear, and then rather obligingly for Liverpool, Matic just eases over Salah, and it's a free kick to Liverpool.
Yeah, it's a needless foul from Matic, really. Salah poking the ball too far ahead of him, and Maguire was in control of that whole situation. Just allows Liverpool to slow things down. United had a good little spell there for a couple of minutes.
That has been a feature of this game, that Liverpool have dominated for the most part and created chance after chance, but then Manchester United have just had brief spells where there have been a glimmer of hope for them. Sometimes more than a glimmer of hope. Chance Pereira had in the first half, Martial's opportunity. But 1-0 Liverpool, the early headed goal from Virgil van Dijk. You can see the highlights, match of the day tonight, match of the day 2, 10:30 on BBC One. So Liverpool in action on Thursday night. Manchester United will find out their FA Cup opponents on Thursday as well, when Tranmere play their replay against Watford. Are you on FA Cup duty next weekend, Chris? Are you in action?
No, don't look that far ahead.
No,
John.
One game at a time?
Just one day at a time, 1
day
hour
at a time, yes.
At a time.
Yeah, very wise.
So where are you, John?
I am at Brentford on Saturday.
Yeah, good fun. It wasn't, I've got to say, it wasn't the greatest ever draw.
No, it wasn't.
There's been.
Shrewsbury-Liverpool's a nice one, though, on Sunday afternoon. Here's Wijnaldum on the right-hand side. Salah, Wijnaldum, 30 yards out. Pereira comes in with a challenge. Wijnaldum still going, cuts back onto his right foot. Now Henderson. Alexander-Arnold to the corner of the box. Lallana just on as a substitute. It's the 85th minute when he scored the equaliser at Old Trafford, remember? He stumbles, Lallana. Strangely, Matic puts in the challenge. The two of them on the ground. And Matic is able to get a foot to it to clear it away. Van Dijk then sends the ball back into Manchester United territory. Pass from Alexander-Arnold. Salah wriggles away from Shaw and then was blatantly pulled back by the United left-sided defender. Yellow card.
That's a move you see on Strictly, that from Luke Shaw. Salah uses his body so well, doesn't he? Feels the contact from Shaw. Shaw spins him around, gives away the free kick.
What was that move from Strictly then? What do they call that one? Do you not know?
It's a good move.
No.
You obviously do, John.
I don't know. You said it, isn't it? Pasadol. Maybe. Free kick on the right then for Liverpool after that tango on the right-hand side between Salah and Shaw. Shaw's been booked, Matic was booked earlier. Free kick, Alexander-Arnold or Robertson, one or the other, in swinger or out swinger. Robertson runs over it, Alexander-Arnold plays it in, headed down and away by Martial, and then cleared away on the edge of the box by Pereira for Manchester United. Henderson works it back to Gomez, the bearded Gomez. High pass out towards the left-hand side. Salah is right there, and the Matic header takes it out for a throw to Liverpool, which they take quickly. Liverpool again. Down the left-hand side, Robertson's cross, cleared away by Maguire. Ball still in the area on the left, Mane with Fred, who's covered an awful lot of ground yet again, and Fred did very well against Mane to keep it in, keep the ball, and Manchester United clear it to the halfway line. Still Liverpool in possession. Manchester United are about to make a double substitution. Salah back to the halfway line, but Matic nips in, and Matic now left-footed across field. Robertson, though, is able to put in the challenge. The pass was slightly behind James, and Robertson was able to see it back to goalkeeper Alisson. I think Wijnaldum might have taken a little bash here. Mata is going to come on, and Greenwood for Manchester United.
Has to be James, doesn't it? Who goes off, I think, has been really ineffective.
Liverpool playing it forward, Alexander-Arnold. Salah, who I think was offside, but in any case can't reach the ball. As it rolls over the dead ball line for a goal kick, and here's the change now for Manchester United. Little change. First of all, it's Pereira who's coming off. Pereira, who is replaced by Mata.
It's Williams, so
and it's Williams who's off.
Yeah, so he's going for it.
So
I see them go into a back four.
Yep.
Suspect United. Luke Shaw coming out to left back. James coming over to this left-hand side. Greenwood has gone up top.
The second substitute coming on.
And here is James playing it back to the edge of his own penalty area. Maguire turns and clears to the halfway line. And then it bounces down for Matic, who plays it back to De Gea. Left-footed clearance from him towards the halfway line. Henderson does extremely well in between two Manchester United players. Salah back towards Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold back to Salah again on the right-hand side. Salah then back towards the halfway line, and Liverpool start again. Lines are open to join in the 606 phone in with Robbie Savage and Emma Jones. 08 085 909 693. Hashtag BBC 606. Text 85058. Different beast to the Saturday night 606. Where Sutton Death's not going so well, Chris, but that's another story for another day.
Yeah, well, that's down to collusion and poor production.
Yeah. Tune in.
They're getting the wish, though, aren't they? They want to see me behind.
Company, yeah, that's what they wanted. Yeah, everyone loves to see the villain getting their just desserts. Maguire on the edge of the box.
Subjects like chocolate bars.
No,
it's just not cricket.
Shaw. Manchester United have now reverted to the back four. James deep inside his own half, in danger of getting the ball away, and indeed he did so under the head of Lallana. Now it finds its way to Alexander-Arnold. Ball in, Sadio Mane with a flick. Firmino, left side of the box, on his left foot, back onto his right, shooting, hitting the shins of Wan-Bissaka, and it's kept in and put out for a throw by Maguire on the far side.
Absolute genius from Mane. The touch into Firmino, as deft as they come. The ball fired in from the right-hand side.
Now Henderson, he might have a go. No, plays it low to Salah. Salah flick there, back to Henderson. Henderson in the box, and he's just nicked away from him by Dan James. And Manchester United pass it forward. Martial now to the halfway line. Red shirts getting back in numbers. Martial does well though, picks out the run of Dan James. Greenwood waiting in the middle. Mata at the back post. The cross is headed away by Van Dijk on the edge of the penalty area.
Right place, right time. John Terry position there. Read to play well. In fairness to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he has gambled. You think, can Liverpool exploit
And why not? Why not in this position, 1-0 down? They've been very fortunate. They've ridden their luck. They've not taken the chances that have come their way, and they're still in it. And Manchester United with Martial, a curling cross just over the top of Van Dijk, who knew that Greenwood was coming in behind him, and the ball evaded both of them and bounced through for a goal kick.
Now, what we do know, what I've seen from Greenwood so far, if he does get an opportunity, confident young player, he can finish. Really good movement, just runs off the back of Robertson. Van Dijk just about did his job.
He did. So the 18-year-old Greenwood, 9 goals this season. What a breakthrough season it's been for him, the young Yorkshireman. 1-0 Liverpool lead. Just over 10 minutes to play. Greenwood out to the far side. Get more news on Marcus Rashford post-match as well during 6:06 with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Greenwood, left-footed cross, put too much on that, and it's beyond James and through for a goal kick. If Rashford is going to be out for a period of months, does that change Manchester United's thinking in this transfer window?
I think they've got plenty of thinking to do anyway. Sort of Bruno Fernandes coming in,
or not?
But all sorts of rumours about that. But they have to add. They don't have enough, do they? It depends on the ambition. Surely the ambition is a top 4 place for United. They want to do that. They have to add. Their squad's too thin and just not good enough. Really isn't.
Well, they are still only 5 points off Chelsea in 4th place. That's a talking point. 4606 later with Robbie and Emma. 08085 909 693.
Yeah, but it's Manchester United, but not as we know them.
Here is Lindelof to the right-hand side. United not beaten here yet. Mata gets the ball back. Scorer of the winning goal in the FA Cup on Wednesday night. Mata 1-2 and then clips it into the box, but straight through to Alisson, who's able to gather the ball on the bounce into his black shirt.
They've not been, they're not beaten yet scoreline-wise, of course not. But this has been so one-sided at times, and had Liverpool not been so wasteful, let's not kid ourselves on with this. There is a difference in clubs at the moment, in class, in ability.
1-0 and Liverpool in possession. Henderson will do well to keep that in. On the right, he can't keep it in, and it's out of play for a throw-in to Manchester United, halfway inside their own half, and Jordan Henderson throws the ball down behind him and it rolls away. Referee Pawson chooses to ignore that. He is the Champions League winning captain after all, occasional England captain.
Yeah, the poor assistant got an ear bashing just for telling the truth.
The truth. Tell the truth. Fred rolling a pass out to the right hand side to Wan-Bissaka. We are now into the last 10 minutes. Matic looks up. Matic flights the ball through, but onto the head of Van Dijk. Bounces down from Mata. Martial back to Mata. Mata joined by Wan-Bissaka on the right hand side. Wan-Bissaka past one challenge up against Robertson now, still going Wan-Bissaka. Robertson puts a foot in and the ball bounces high and behind and into the Liverpool fans in the Anfield Road lower corner.
Can United find something? Wan-Bissaka rewarded for his persistence. Liverpool have won every home Premier League game this season, 11 out of 11. 1-0 in this one, but here's this corner, in it comes, aiming for Lindelof and Maguire, but a crucial touch in there. Just wondering, was that Firmino who got his head on that in the middle of that? In which case, that was a great effort by the Liverpool number 9. Van Dijk was close to it, but it was cleared by Liverpool. Manchester United come again. Liverpool are going to make another couple of changes. Offside flag against Greenwood. So we're going to see the return of Fabinho. He's been out since November, since the Napoli home match, having been outstanding in the early part of the season. Divock Origi as well, who is just the man for this sort of occasion. Firmino is one of the players
who is coming off, and I think Sadio Mane is the other. I think that was announced over the public address system. Yep, it is. The number 9 and the number 10 who are being replaced by Fabinho and Divock Origi.
He could have had a couple of goals today, Sadio Mane, and of course Fabinho, his goal controversially ruled out. An earlier infringement from Van Dijk on De Gea. Just want to see this game through now. Liverpool.
Yes, the disallowing of that goal in the first half, very much part of the story here. That was in the 23rd minute. Liverpool were already leading 1-0 at that stage. Firmino putting the ball in the net, but the goal ruled out. VAR ruling it out after a challenge by Van Dijk on the Manchester United goalkeeper De Gea. You'll see it on Match of the Day tonight to judge for yourself whether you felt it was a foul or not. As Adam Lallana is upended by Matic, who is on a yellow card. I think that is going to be not quite enough for a second yellow card foul.
But that will be, I think, his last foul, which he gets away with. One more of those and he's a goner.
Free kick to Liverpool, and in the last 10 minutes we've got 83 minutes on the clock. Liverpool are taking a moment or two here just to organise themselves. Free kick.
Yes, within range, I think.
Yeah, 30 yards. Slight angle to the left. Alexander-Arnold and Robertson are there. It's Robertson actually who's going to play it into the back post. Van Dijk was there. It comes off. I think Shaw's back. Bounces down. Maguire was able to turn and clear it away to the halfway line. Forward from Gomez. Matic. Then into Mata in the centre circle. And the ball is eventually headed out of play by Luke Shaw for a throw-in to Liverpool.
Yeah, Fabinho's just been brought on by Jurgen Klopp. I think Liverpool just want to see this one through. There's a change of formation from Manchester United. Henderson plumped alongside him as Wijnaldum out to the left-hand side.
Henderson giving Fabinho some quite firm instructions there from 7 or 8 yards away. Fabinho, 13 matches he's missed in all of the various competitions. Throw-in taken for Liverpool down the line. Salah comes off the head of the Egyptian and behind for a goal kick. Still only 1-0. 84 minutes on the clock. Manchester United passing it out from their own penalty area. Fred to Wan-Bissaka. Origi just blocks the progress of the Manchester United right back, as he is again now in this game. Fred's ball to the halfway line. Comes back at the Manchester United defence. Lindelof. And then Salah slips and goes down. He's okay. And Lindelof is able to turn and bring the ball away and give it to Maguire. Maguire now to Shaw. Shaw's low ball flicked by the heel of Mata. Martial. Ball got away from him, but Mata was able to keep possession for Manchester United. Then back to Shaw. Matic onto his left foot. Now to the left-hand side to Mata. Juan Mata. Shaw with support. Manchester United are going to make their final change very shortly down there. Diogo Dalot is waiting to come onto the field, but Manchester United coming forward with Shaw, who is clumsily fouled by Lallana. Went straight to ground. Free kick to United.
Silly one. Just put themselves under pressure. Allows Maguire to go forward. Lindelof. As United, will they make that change now?
Dalot barely been involved this season. He's another one who's been on the injury list. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer just coming across.
Shaw's still down. Cramp. He's getting the old. He's lying on his back, and Mata pushing his left boot down. Fred on his right boot.
So we'll have a little delay here while Luke Shaw gets back to his feet. I think that is going to be it. Yeah, it is. Shaw's coming off. He has had 4 matches out. And Diogo Dalot trots onto the field. Well, he hops onto the field, as many of them do.
23, Luke Shaw.
1-0 Liverpool lead. 5 live in the World Service.
Call that a trot or a hop?
He hopped. He did actually hop first of all, then he trotted. Mata with the free kick to the edge of the area. That is headed away For Liverpool by Gomez. Alexander-Arnold's ball downfield. Henderson claims he was shoved over as Liverpool tried to break. Never mind. Salah's on the ball and he's in the box on the left-hand side and he chips it across and it's beyond both Liverpool players in the middle. Divock Origi and Wijnaldum. And Manchester United can clear up the left-hand side. James running at Henderson, and Henderson just has a little tangle there with James. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer fields the ball in the coaching area and bounces it down into the ground to give it back to Manchester United to take the throw. 87 minutes played, still 1-0. Lindelof on the right-hand side. Wan-Bissaka. Then back to Matic, who turns, gives it to Fred, the industrious Fred. Maguire stepping forward with the ball. He has Dalot on the left. Dalot on his right foot, then onto his left, and Alexander-Arnold puts in the challenge, but the ball bounces behind for a corner to Manchester United, Chris.
Yeah, he actually did well. Dalot trying to shift it back on his right foot.
Corner's taken short to Mata. Corner of the penalty area, but Liverpool were alive to that and wise to it. And Lallana put in the challenge on Mata, and then he pulled him over, and it's a free kick to Manchester United. The initial foul by Lallana. He actually swung an arm and caught Mata, and he went down, and that's the free kick, the reason for the free kick.
Yeah, it was a little tug. Again, it's a dangerous area. Can they get one of these deliveries bang on, United?
In the 89th minute, Liverpool 100% winning record at home in the Premier League this season. Liverpool scored a late equaliser against Manchester United at Old Trafford. Now United looking to do the same here. Fred, deep free kick into the back post that Lindelof turns across, and Van Dijk was there in the middle to hoist it high into the Anfield Road end again for another Manchester United corner. Late visiting pressure. Mata is across there, just pulls up his savannah coloured socks, and Mata takes the corner, left-footed into the edge of the 6-yard box. Van Dijk wins a header under some pressure in there, and Liverpool are able to clear it up to Wijnaldum, who's played it forward to Henderson, and Henderson bursting forward, chest puffed out. Henderson plays it across, claiming he was being fouled at the time by Dalot. Ball bounces anyway for Liverpool. Wijnaldum against Dalot. Dalot puts in the challenge. Henderson's then across. Fred takes the ball away from the Liverpool captain. Now Martial juggling it. Fred over the halfway line to Greenwood. Greenwood, Liverpool players all round him. This is on the halfway line. Fred works it in field. 90 minutes are almost up. Still 1-0 to Liverpool. Wan-Bissaka. Now Mata. Left-footed ball driven across under the chest of Fred. Left side of the box. Manchester United pressing. Fred's ball across, but then Joe Gomez is able to adjust and clear it away. Only back to the shirts of Manchester United. Maguire, 3 minutes of added time. Manchester United sniffing that they might just be able to come up with an equaliser. James on his right foot, crossing from the left towards the back post. Van Dijk heads it up in the air. Origi is back in there. He gets a head on it and it bounces out of play on the far side.
Yeah, there's a good ball in, a bit of pressure from United, but they're huffing and puffing. It looks like may just be a little bit too late.
Maybe, but still time. Ball played into the area. Mata tried to work it across, blocked by Van Dijk, cleared away again towards the halfway line. Back it comes at the Liverpool defence. This Liverpool defence, which has not conceded in their last 6 games. Almost 7, but not quite. Dalot's ball goes in. That's headed away again by Van Dijk near the penalty spot, stooping forward. And then Robertson plays it forward for Salah, but De Gea's come out of his penalty area.
Terrible pass. He shouldn't miss that pass. Salah would have been away 1v1. Just had to weight the ball properly. Overhit from Robertson allows United to pile on a bit more pressure.
Into the 2nd minute of added time. Manchester United again come forward. How they're only 1-0 down in this game is a wonder, but they are. Maguire now to the left to James. James slips it forward to Dalot, but Henderson is there for Liverpool to arrive at the crucial moment just as Dalot is looking to cross and block it behind for another Manchester United corner.
Now, this is it, isn't it, for United? Conceded from a corner. Can they make amends?
This is at the end where the Manchester United supporters are. Fred with a deep corner. Van Dijk gets up. It's prodded forward by Wan-Bissaka, and then Mata in an offside position swung away. Flag went up. Referee waves play on. Alisson's cleared it downfield for Salah. Salah is away, and Salah shoots underneath the hair again. It's 2-0. Liverpool have won it in front of the Kop. And Alisson has come all the way downfield to celebrate with Salah in front of the Kop. That is how a goalkeeper celebrates an assist. That's the winning moment. Manchester United are finally beaten here at Anfield in this match, and Liverpool finally get their second goal, and it's come from Mo Salah.
You can't say they didn't deserve it. What an assist from Alisson. Manchester United corner. United hook the ball back into the box, comes to Alisson. Half a second, volleys the ball forward to Mo Salah. He finishes, gets away from Lindelof, finishes with aplomb. And guess who's the first there to celebrate with him? Alisson sprints the length of the pitch, celebrates with Mo Salah. Said earlier, Liverpool are in a different league, a different class to United. There is a massive gulf between these two teams. Liverpool are blowing everybody away.
Listen to this.
Hard to argue with, John.
And there's the final whistle. Mo Salah delivered the coup de grace, and Jurgen Klopp walks across and shakes hands with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Manchester United somehow stayed in it right until the end, right until the 3rd minute of added time. But a 2-0 victory was the kind of margin of victory that really Liverpool deserved on the basis of the play that we've seen here, even though Manchester United had their chances. But Liverpool have done it again. They've got a 16-point lead with a game in hand. It's 13 consecutive Premier League wins, home and away. It's 19 consecutive home wins in the Premier League. They're just 2 off the club record now. And it's 12 out of 12 here at Anfield in the league this season. They go on and on and on, Crystal.
Yes, they do. They are a great team. They're an unbelievable side. The desire they have shown throughout the course of the season, the quality they've shown. They're just an all-round superb outfit. They really are. So much confidence in each other in the way they play. Their commitment is second to none. Led superbly by Jordan Henderson. There is no stopping this Liverpool team. They are the best team in the country by a stretch. And Manchester United, they were spirited at times, but listen, they're not the best team in Manchester. They're the second best team in Manchester. They're just looking to maybe try and scramble a place in the top 4, but country mile between the two sides. Liverpool have shown they're in a different league.
It's quite a match, that. Liverpool 2, Manchester United 0.
85058 at 5 Live Sport. This is from James, Chris. I don't think I've seen a more one-sided sporting event since 5 a.m. this morning when Conor McGregor won in 40 seconds.
Well, I wasn't up that early. I have to say, though, did we expect anything else? You know, you see Manchester United, Ollie saying before the game that, you know, he's discovered a nice way to play against Liverpool, but this was a mismatch, really, wasn't it? You've seen the form of both sides this season. United at times have produced performances out of nowhere, but taken a step forward, then 2 steps back. This Liverpool side have shown their consistency, like a Sir Alex Ferguson team of old, really. You know, such a strong side. It's a disappointment in a way that there isn't a title race on, but that's Liverpool who have just shown their class, their consistency. Jurgen Klopp has transformed this team. You know, they are so far ahead of everybody else in the land.
John was just reading out the kind of symphony of stats that surrounds Liverpool. There are so many incredible ones that it's quite easy to get a bit blasé now about how brilliant they are.
Yes, it is. But the difference between the sides is, I said earlier, Liverpool are living in the present. They're living in this moment. They're a team who are improving all the time, and the club is improving all the time on and off the field. United have hit the wall. They're treading water.